Hello, this is Chris from Peace of Mind Art and Crafts. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm continuing on with the whole journal that we're making. And we have today, I have the cover. The cover still needs to be decorated, of course. But the other video we put the pages together, and I have paper clipped them together in the order that I wanted them. So our next step is going to be to bind the journal together. Now this is about an average traveler's journal size, and of course the theme is the beach, the ocean, the sea. And so today what I want to do is I want to show you how to bind the book. It just has the one signature, which is with this kind of a binding, it's just a folded binding. It doesn't have a very large binding, so I'm just going to do the one signature, and it has quite a few pages in it already. What I'm doing now is I'm maneuvering the pages so that they all fit inside the cover. And of course I've decorated some of the pages in a way where the lace goes over the pages, which is fine. Okay, I'll find the center, which is right here. And you can use any kind of clips you want. I use these large paper clips to clip the pages and the cover together. Some of these pages are kind of thick, and I put the clips kind of far away from the middle area where I'm going to be binding the book. I've shown you this before. This is my little book binding kit. I just keep it in a little makeup bag that I bought for the purpose of using it for this. I have needles. I have my thread, which is a cord that is waxed. I got this at Hobby Lobby. The brand I use it's called On Accord. It says On Accord. So I guess that's the name of the brand. And it comes in various colors. Today I'm going to use the off-white with the journal. And I have some more clips and so on in here. I think I'll put one more clip on the book. I use these big paper clips. You can use any kind of clips that work for you. Okay, and I have my punchy tool, which I use a compass. You can use an awl. I do have an awl, and sometimes I use that. But I find that this, at least to start the hole, that this works the best. And of course, you need a pencil to mark the area that you're going to work in. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and clip the bottom part. Also, what I use is, people use various things to do their books on. I use just an old catalog of what is this? Camera parts. Okay, and next thing I need to do is I need to measure where I want my holes to go. I usually have one in the center. Excuse me. I hope you're all doing well today. Staying well. just moving this down a little bit, I think. Okay, so here's my center. I'm actually taking the center of the cover rather than the pages that are inside. It's about 7.5, 7 3/4. So my center would be about 3.5. A little more. You really don't have to measure this. You can just kind of eyeball it. I like to go up at least approximately an inch from each edge of the cover. So I have 3 holes that I can see. Okay, and then I put my, let's turn it this way. I put my book into the center of the catalog. The reason I use this is just so that I have something to hit when I hit it, then so I won't have to hit a hard surface. Okay, I use my, I think I'll do the center first. And like I said, this is my pokey tool that I use. I'm going to check and see if that went all the way through, and no it didn't, so I'm just going to continue on it through it one more time. That time it went through. Okay, and I'm going to move to this next part. It's tricky to maneuver, you just have to kind of get it in the right spot. And like I said, this book that I'm using is just to stop it from doing any damage to whatever's underneath. Okay, I think that went through okay. I can test it over here on the side. Yes, it did. And it also gives you a crease to kind of keep that in the pages into so that they stay together better. There we go. Okay, so I've got my three holes, and I can see that they've come through on the opposite side. Now I did reinforce the middle part on the inside. I glued a strip of paper in there. And I'll show you that when I take it out. But I did reinforce this other side of the cover on the inside with a strip of paper to kind of give it a little bit more stability. And I also will probably reinforce this cover when I or the binding when I get the thread in there. Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side. Don't need that anymore. And I'm going to bind the book using the 3-hole binder method. There are other methods to bind books, which you will find on the internet if you want to go look for something different. This is the one I learned off the internet from people doing it. And I do about 3 times the length of the book. Measure. And then I do just a little bit more for. Now some people don't cut off until the end, but it just kind of gets in my way, so I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it off now. And you can also leave extra if you want, like a charm to dangle down the bottom of the book when you're finished. Okay, so this is how I do it. I get my needle, and I use a large-eyed needle. I use a tapestry needle, which a tapestry needle does not have a pointed end. It kind of has a blunt end. It's used for making a tapestry's own needle point. You don't really need a pointy end. pull out. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is, if you're going to have the tie on the inside, then you start on the inside. If you want the tie to be on the outside, then you'll start on the outside. So I most often will start on the inside. Okay, and you bring it so that your thread, if you want it to, like I said, if you want to tie a charm to it, or if you're not sure yet if you want to tie a charm to it or not, then make it long enough there. Hold it in place. Then you go either into the top or the bottom. Doesn't matter. Just turn around, go to the top or the bottom. And you're going to pull it through. I have to tug at it a bit, but don't do it too roughly. Okay. You can see it on the outside there. Okay, then I'm going to take it and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. Push it through. Okay. Give it a little tug. Then I'm going to go through the middle again. And I'm going to come up on, you'll notice how I'm coming up on the same side as this thread is. What I want to do is I want to come up on the opposite side of where that thread is so that I can tie it there. Okay. I'm going to tug on it a little bit here. Excuse me. Seems like I sneeze whenever I'm making a video. It's just the oddest thing. I don't have a cold or anything. I noticed that on several of my videos you can hear me sneeze. I don't know what it is. I know I'm not allergic to making videos because I like doing it. Okay, so this is taut. It's not real super tight because you don't want to tear these holes. And like I said, I'll be putting either a piece of fabric or some kind of binding on the top here to reinforce it. Okay, now I have a thread on either side here. I can take my needle off. Put that away before I lose it. And then I'm going to tie a couple of knots, at least 2, sometimes 3. Okay, now if you haven't decided if you're going to have a charm or not on here, then you can just leave this dangle till later. Or if you want to, you can tie a bow in the middle. And I sometimes do that. I don't think I will on this one though, because it's kind of full already, thick, and I don't want to. And I leave a little tail. I can save this for use on something else. It would make a nice little bow for a tag or something, so I could save it for that. Okay, and I'm not going to put a charm dangling down from the bottom. I'm going to put one on the side, but so then this is a pretty good piece for making a bow on the top of a tag or something like that. Okay, so got that finished. Let's take these off. I'll put them in my bookbinding kit. Okay, so now we have the book bound. Okay, see this paper here? That's the paper that I used to reinforce. Still here, just getting a drink. Okay, what else we're going to talk about today in today's videos is I put 2 pockets in. As you can see, I put this one in on the front cover and a similar one on the back cover. These are pieces of ribbon. Comes in a spool, and it's burlap with lace covering over the top of it. It came like that, and I glued it in. I could have sewn it in if I wanted to as well. Okay. So did a little bit of stamping. So let's go through here a minute, see if I want to stamp anywhere else. Now this I can either leave loose like this, or I can glue it down so that it becomes a pocket. I think I will glue it down so it becomes a pocket. I'll show you how to do that. Just take your white glue, and you can either have the side be a pocket or the top be a pocket, or both. In this case, I think I'm going to have the side be the pocket. So I'm going to glue on the top, thin bead of glue, and the bottom. Okay, I also might just put a little bead of glue down the binding just to kind of make it a little bit more secure there. Okay, so we've got it at the top and we've got it at the bottom. Okay, now's the time you can start decorating the inside of your journal, which is what I'm showing you now. Excuse me, and a frog in my throat. And this one, put a tag in there if you want. I'm not going to use this particular tag, but we can put a tag in there. Let's see if we can get rid of this white look to this paper. I think there's too much white. There's white here, which that would be okay for journaling. Kind of need to either decorate or do a stamp or something here. So let's try this whale stamp. Now I have to remember that I have things underneath here that might not be great with stamping, so I have to try to stamp it and use quite a bit of pressure so that it goes down fairly hard, and maybe wobble it around a little bit. There we go. Turned out well. I like that. And let's see. What if we use some of these anchors? I have these little bitty stamps. One's an anchor, a starfish, a ship, and the other one is a wheel. The wheel of the ship. Okay, let's try the anchor. Let's put a row of anchors across the top, maybe. See how that works out. Now remember, this is a handmade journal. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be completely straight. There we go. I kind of like that. Okay. Okay, let's start at the front. Oh, I have prepared "This book belongs to" tag to go in the front here, which I think I'll put in. I inked around. I got this off of a digital. I'm not sure whose it was. I think it might have been Artie Mays, but I'm not sure. And of course, I mentioned on the previous video that a lot of the digitals here that are in this journal are from Artie Mays, and I will post her link. Okay, now, that way whoever gets the book will be able to write their name in there. And this book will be available for sale when I finish it. If anybody wants to make a note in the comments if you're interested in it, do so and I'll get a hold of you. But otherwise, if I don't hear from anybody, I'll let you know at the end of making this journal. When I do the flip through, I'll let you know when I'm going to put it on Etsy. Okay, so in the next video, we'll probably be doing the decorating part on the front, and also making putting a strip of lace or something here so that it helps to secure the binding. Okay, so we've got that. Let's see if there's anything else we can work on in these couple of minutes we have left with the video. We'll just kind of start flipping through here and I'll see what I've got. Oh, here's an envelope. It's kind of cool. We could put a card in that if we wanted to. Here's one that I did yesterday. I just took a piece of paper, scrapbook paper from the book that I got a lot of the scrapbook paper from, and I made a little tag that had a whale, and you open it up and it says, "Let the wind kiss your face." So we'll go ahead and put that in this little pocket that it'll fit, and it does. So got that taken care of. This I did with bubble wrap. I dipped it in or stamped it on my stamp pad and then stamped it right on here. Okay, and I think that's going to be probably it for now. We saw this in last video. The lace. Here's some more stamping. Actually, this was a stencil. We'll have to make something to put in this envelope pocket. Here's the doily. We can either leave it as it is or we could glue it down here. I think we might glue it down here when we decorate this page. Here's the middle part again. The other doily. Some fish. So I'll get things ready for our next. Oh, this is the other part of the envelope. One thing we can do here, that I will do here, is I will make a slit here so that we can use this side of the envelope as a pocket also. Okay, so this is coming along really nicely. I have the book bound. Remember, if you have any questions or anything, please do comment. I haven't had too many people comment on my videos so far, other than you've commented that you've liked them, which is great. But if you have any questions, leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to get back with you. Thanks for coming today, and I wish peace of mind to everyone. Bye for now.